So you clicked on this video because you're struggling to film video content for your brand. Well, there's 3 pillars that I learned when it comes to shooting products: camera settings, camera techniques, and body movements. And in this video, you will learn the following: settings for video cameras and mobile phone cameras, camera shots, angles, and movements, and how to properly move your upper and lower body when filming. And to get started, let's look at the settings that you should use for video cameras. The camera that I'm filming on this video right now is called the Sony ZV-E10. So if you're a beginner and you just bought a video camera, but you have no idea what to do with it, here are the best settings to use to film your products. So first off, you want to make sure your camera is in shoot mode, which can be toggled with this button right here on top of my ZV-E10. On the first tab in your settings page, make sure that your focus mode is set to continuous autofocus. This lets your camera focus on your products without having to click on any buttons when you're filming. Next, make sure that your focus area is set to wide, as it lets you capture the most area in your shot. Some cameras also have this product showcase setting, which I also like to toggle on. You can find this on the last page of tab 1 in your Sony ZV-E10. This is a pretty cool feature where the camera can focus on a specific product that's shown in the shot, which is extremely useful when it comes to filming product videos. On tab 2, page 1, you can find the shoot mode setting. If you're still unsure how to adjust your exposure manually whenever you shoot, then you should leave the setting on intelligent auto. This is where your camera makes all the exposure decisions for you, so you don't need to adjust any of your shutter speed, ISO, or aperture settings. But when you select manual exposure, you'll have full control over everything. I think it's best to use intelligent auto because you want to worry less about your camera settings and more about showcasing your product, you know? So we're trying to be as efficient as possible here. All video cameras should have some sort of auto exposure setting, so I recommend using that. Now if we go down and select file format, make sure to select the 4K setting, as we want the crispiest and sharpest video result we can get for showing off your products. Below that is record setting, which are your frame rate options. In my experience, this setting doesn't affect your video too much unless your product or subject is moving around a lot. I like to set my frame rate as the highest option for my videos though. On tab 2, page 2, you can find the autofocus transition speed. This one lets you set the speed of your autofocus feature. For product videos, you should set your speed to 7 or whatever your highest option is. Now, those are all the settings that I have and recommend to all video camera users when it comes to filming products. But what if you don't have a video camera? That is totally fine. A lot of us can't be bothered with that mumbo jumbo, so the next best thing is to use your mobile phone. I used my iPhone 12 to record every single product video for my brand, and there are 2 main settings that you need to implement. The first is your exposure. I manually adjust my exposure whenever I film because it's really easy to do on iPhone. And once you get used to this habit, your videos will look more sharp and people won't recognize that you film on your phone. So grab your phone out right now and go to the camera app. Go to your video mode and tap anywhere on the screen. You'll see a little box with a brightness icon next to it. And here's the key. From now on, in every video you film on your phone, make sure that you drag this brightness icon down just a little bit. When you do this trick, your videos will end up having a sharper look. This works super well in really bright environments as well as dark areas, but adjust this setting accordingly to wherever you are and how much light there is. Next up, make sure you check your recording settings. So go to your settings app and scroll to the camera section. Select record video and set it to the highest option on your phone camera. Mine is 4K at 60 FPS, and every other setting doesn't matter for filming your products. Now that you guys have the best video camera settings and the best phone settings, let's get into the real hands-on and fun stuff. There are 3 main types of camera techniques that everyone needs to know: long shot, medium shot, and close-up shot. First off, the long shot is where you capture an entire product in all its glory. It's where you distance your camera from your subject so that you can showcase the entire product. Obviously, this depends on the size of your products. Like if you were filming a custom keyboard, then you're going to be shooting at a further distance than if you were filming a miniature toy. Secondly, the medium shot is where you shoot your product at a closer distance. Medium shots are more common than long shots because brands like to show off their products at a closer range. And finally, the close-up shot is where you film at an even closer distance. This shot is used to show off the small details and little features of your product. Close-ups are the most common shot that's used in ads and product videos. But that's not all the techniques that you're going to need. There's still 2 camera movements and 2 camera angles that you need to learn. The first movement is called panning, which is basically a technique where you rotate your camera horizontally. This is a great shot to use if you have multiple products in your video. The second movement is tilting, which is exactly like panning but vertical, so upwards and downwards. This technique is nice to use to make your brand's content or advertisements more creative and visually engaging. For the the high angle shot, you can place your camera at a higher position to show off the top view of your product. For the low angle shot, it's the exact opposite. Place your camera at a lower position to showcase your product from a bottom view. Now when you combine all of these shots together, you get some really creative video results. So don't be afraid to mix them all up and experiment. At the end of the day, it's up to you to form your own videography style. But it's really easy for me to say and really hard for you to do. So let me tell you how to move your body in a way we can film the most visually appealing product videos. The first and most common struggle when a beginner starts filming is their stability. I hate it when I see videos that are shaky and unstable because I know that the film is not doing their job right. And it's even more embarrassing when the video is from a brand. So here's how I record more stable videos. First, you're going to need to plant your feet. This is the foundation of all your movements whenever you film. Spread your feet apart so that you're in balance and you're not easily tipped over. Next, make sure you're always filming with a straight back. People get into the habit of hunching down when they film. 1, that's not good for your body, and 2, that's not a comfortable way to shoot your videos. Now, number 3 is a really important technique. Keep your elbows nice and close to your torso. I like to do this because it helps my arms shake less. If you have shaky arms, then make sure that your arms are closer to your upper body. It'll also take practice to stay still. Number 4, a photography technique that I learned from a master is the art of slightly holding your breath whenever you're trying to keep your arms and body still. This helps your heart rate slow down and your overall body becomes still, like a rock. And of course, don't over exaggerate. Just play with your breath work, slow it down, and hold it for a little while when you hit record. And with that being said, your camera should be pretty close to your face. So number 5, keep your camera close to your face, not away from your face. Keep your eyes on the camera and on the product that you're filming. You should be locked in whenever you record. The final shot means everything. And number 6, whenever you film while moving around, stay conscious of your hips, legs, and back. Use your hips to pan side to side, use your wrists whenever you tilt, and use your legs to stay balanced every time you film. Without a doubt, all of this takes time and effort, but 100% is worth the skill to learn. And don't forget to enjoy the process whenever you film your products, because filming products is one of the most fun experiences you can do as an entrepreneur.